Chapter 175. Jesus appears, fully materialized, to the 10 apostles in Simon's house, and to Lazarus and his sisters. The evening of the resurrection day had come. The 10 apostles were in Simon's house in Bethany. The lawyer, Thomas, was not there. The doors were closed and barred, because the Jews had said that they would drive the Galileans from the land. And as they talked, lo, Jesus came and stood forth in their midst, and said, Peace, peace. And the disciples shrank in fear. They thought it was a phantom that they saw. And Jesus said, Why are you troubled thus? Why do you fear? I am no phantom form. I am your Lord, and I have risen from the dead. I often said, I will arise, but you believed me not. And now come here and see. A phantom has not flesh and bones and brawn, like I possess. Come now and clasp my hands, and touch my feet, and lay your hands upon my head. And every one came up and clasped his hands, and touched his feet, and laid his hands upon his head. And Jesus said, Have you here anything to eat? And they brought out a fragment of a fish. He ate it in the presence of them all, and then the 10 believed. Nathanael said, And now we know that he has risen from the dead. He stands a surety of the resurrection of the dead. And Jesus disappeared. Now, Mary, Martha, Ruth, and Lazarus were in their home, and they had heard the rumor that their Lord had risen from the dead. And Martha said, It cannot be, for such a thing has never happened since the world began. But Mary said, Did not the Lord bring back our brother from the dead? And he could surely bring himself to life again. And as they talked, the Lord stood in their midst and said, All hail, for I am risen from the dead, first fruitage of the grave. And Martha ran and brought the chair in which the Lord had ever loved to sit. And Jesus sat down on the chair. And for a long time they talked about the trial and the scenes of Calvary and of the Garden of Siloam. And then Jesus said, Fear not, for I will be your boon companion all the way. And then he disappeared.